Okay, so in this video, what I'm going to be talking about is just something which, admittedly, I've been hearing for years, and in all the time that I've been going to church, I haven't heard one single church pastor or preacher actually bring any clarity on it. And it's essentially to do with the way that people keep using the term Lucifer for Satan or the devil. And the thing about it is, if you go into Revelation, you notice that the Apostle John calls him the devil and Satan, doesn't mention anything about Lucifer. And where by the time you get to the end of this this video, hopefully you'll see why John wouldn't have said Lucifer anyway, because as far as he's concerned, it wouldn't have made any sense. So now where we see it is actually in Isaiah 14. So I'm going to this site which is called studylight.org because it's a pretty good site because it doesn't have all those annoying adverts on the side. And it's basically Isaiah 14 and I think it's 20. 12. I think it's 12, isn't it? Yeah. So notice here it says this is the classic one. You always hear them saying this to say this is why Satan is called Lucifer. So it says, "How are you fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son morning? How are you cut down to the earth that you weaken on nations?" Now, the reason why it's the English is so halting is because it's actually trying to match the Hebrew words. And you'll notice here it's got O Lucifer. Now, you'd think that, all right, so to show the point I'm trying to make, if we go to this Isaiah 1, and at the beginning, it has it tells you some of the names of some of the kings. Now, this is the beginning of Isaiah 1 says, "The vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos, that he saw concerning Judah, Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah." Now, the reason I've chosen this is because it has so many names in it. So let's actually have a look and see what these names are saying. So notice, it says the vision of Isaiah, so his name is Yesayahu. So Yesayahu, so Yahu is normally That's how they will translate it. So Yesayahu is Isaiah or Isaiahu, And then Amos is Amos. So Amos. And then he saw concerning Judah, so that's Yehuda. So notice how the Hebrew words are similar. So the English is similar to how the Hebrew sounds. Why? Because they're names. And saying Jerusalem is Jerusalem. So that's close. So that's just a transliteration of the name. And then here's Uzziah, and it's Uzziahu. So Uzziahu, so Uzziah. So as you can see, the Hebrew, for a name, the Hebrew always sounds similar to the transliteration. So now let's go to Isaiah 14. And when we read this, here it says, "How they have fallen from heaven, O Lucifer." Notice it says, "Ek napatai biseyamayim," and then it says Hallel. Now, as far as I can see, Hallel does not sound like Lucifer to me. And you saw how before a name is supposed to be a transliteration, because that's how names are. No one's name changes, so you have to transliterate it. The pronunciation of someone's name does not change in a different language. So if you can't pronounce it in the other language, you have to transliterate it. So in Hebrew, you're telling me that his name is Hallel, and for some reason we're calling it Lucifer. So let's find out what Hallel means then. So is it going to be Lucifer? So actually this one's not so good. This one's better because it has a link. So if we go here, so this is the studybible.info, and you'll notice that it has entry you notice what happens is in the Greek. So this compares quite a few different Bibles, including the Greek Septuagint. And you notice in the Greek, it doesn't even say Lucifer, obviously, because Greek's got nothing to do with that word. And if we, actually, let me just, so we compare Isaiah 1:1 with other Bible versions. I mean, this site's pretty good. If you want to, expose some deceptions of the translators, this site's a very good site to do it. So notice it says, all right, vision of Amos. So let's see how the Greeks, let's see. So, all right, so let's say Jotham, Isaiah, son of Amos. It doesn't say. See what's happening. Notice that it just says star, because it's a transliteration, so there is no actual word for each of these. And so if we go to the Isaiah 14:12 one, notice when it says morning star, there's actually a Greek for it. From out of heaven, the morning. So notice it's in brackets as well. So if we take this morning star and we check this one out, see, that doesn't sound like Lucifer to me, because that's the Greek. And see, what it's trying to show you is that the word is, so this is an actual word, it's not a name. That's the reason why you can find it. Whereas anything which is a name, the Greek Strongs won't have it, because it's a name, it's not an actual meaning. But what I want to do is do these other comparisons. So you notice it says, oh, Lucifer here in this particular version of the Bible. So if we go to this H1 1966 for the Hebrew, let's see if it says the name Lucifer. So we go to the Strong's meaning, and what does it say? It says from H1984, in the sense of brightness, the morning star, Halel. So now remember, we're trying to look for Lucifer here. So let's see. Right. Okay. So it says Lucifer equals light bearer. Yeah, but not in Hebrew. That's the point. It's actually, Lucifer is actually a Latin word, if you look it up. So, originating from in the sense of brightness. So, but you see, with brightness, so origin is from brightness. Now, so is this going to say Lucifer something? And the answer is, see, and this is something that, if you want to expose how bad some translations are, this is the sort of way you have to do it. So it's halal. So that doesn't say Lucifer, does it? It says halal. So that's just some sort of clean meat. So nothing to do with a name. It's to shine, to praise, boast, be boastful, but no Lucifer there. And so as you see, it says here Hillel describing the king of Babylon. See, so it's not a name. It's not his name. So, but you keep seeing they do their best to keep saying Lucifer here, just because most of the translators use it. So let's just to save time, let's go down and see the full deception. So, all right. So you see here it says, "Oh, Lucifer." Now let's go through the different versions. So Vulgate says Lucifer. It's Clementine Vulgate, Lucifer as well, because they're Latin. Wycliffe says, down from heaven downwards. So Wycliffe, he says Lucifer, so he's in with the deception. Now Coverdale, he's put Lucifer in brackets because he knows it's not there. So he knows, Coverdale understands the deception. MSTC, they're with the deception. Now Matthew, whoever they are, they put it in brackets because they know it's not there. So they're not really into it. But they put it there because they know the other translators who are into the deception have done it. So now this Great Bible, whatever it is, they're not into the deception either. Geneva Bible, they're European, so they obviously follow the Catholics and they're into the deception. Bishop's Bible, which is from Catholics, into the deception. Douay Rheims, they're into the deception. King James Version, unfortunately, King James is into the deception as well, which is a shame. King James Cambridge is into it. Then King James Strong's, obviously, that's got the deception. So, Thompson has got it. Webster Bible's got it. And Brenton Septuagint, see, that's Lucifer as well, so they're into the deception. Brenton Greek, obviously Lucifer's not going to be there. And Morning Star, alright, so Lisa Bible, they're not into the deception. And then this is Young's literal translation. And he says, "Oh, shining one, son of the dawn." So he's not into the translation because he's doing a literal translation. So you can't do a literal translation and then be with the deception as well. Then Julius Smith, this one, yep, not into the deception either. Darby Bible, so he was into the deception. ERV, Son of the Morning, yep, so they're not in, so ERV's not into the deception. The American Standard Version, not into the deception either. And see, even ASV Strong's, see 1966 is Daystar, no Lucifer. So as you can see, when you go down this list, I mean, if you got time, you can just go to this link and scroll your way down, and this will essentially show you which of the Bible's translations are into the deception and which ones aren't. So hopefully the one or two people that watch this video will understand, you know, some of what's going on, and they will actually go and hopefully tell this to other people, and hopefully maybe some other people will wake up and realize what's happening.